What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today is a big day. However, I want to ask something of you guys. I don't ask a lot from you guys, really at all, if I want to ask you guys something. Just, well, you know, first off, I never ask you guys for anything, to be honest. Let's be real here. If you guys can go ahead, just hit that thumbs up button. It really helps, I guess, kind of get my stuff out there. I remember one video I asked you guys to do so, and we got like 2,500 likes. It was pretty insane. And the video, like, it was just like a normal, it wasn't too, but you know what I mean? Like, that was super cool, the fact that you guys were, like, involved like that. So, if we can get at least, like, 1,500 this video, I'll be pretty damn happy. So, if you guys are stoked to get this whole thing back up on the road and really start to enjoy it now that the weather is slowly but surely turning up back up north here, we got Ryan. All you can see is his legs right now. He's actually underneath going ahead and getting our drive shaft put in. I currently am working on a new radiator setup. So I just went ahead, we had this in there, nothing really too fancy. I was gonna go ahead and try and utilize this, but I wanna mount it in kind of like a tucked fashion. So we have this Griffin radiator. Griffin is a really, really good brand as far as like radiators go. So at least we have like a US made core. Currently, I'm just kind of figuring out where it fits up best, seeing how we can mount it. The plan I think I'm gonna have is one fan on the back pulling, and then I'm gonna have a fan on the front pushing. So that's kind of the plan, Stan. Car is looking good. Everything is all bolted up. I do have to tighten up some stuff on this side, I can't forget. But once the drive shaft is in, we really just have to work out the cooling system, put the intercooler back on. Wiring is pretty much set, and we'll be looking pretty damn good. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on this, and hopefully I'll have an update for you guys pretty soon. All right, guys, so a lot of time has now passed. About 2 or 3 hours at least. A lot of just making like little brackets and stuff like that to kind of, you know, hold everything in place. Still gotta work on this one. Making little bottom holders so it can kind of hold itself in place. But this is kind of what we're working with. I know it's super gross and dirty down here, but you know, don't pay no attention to that. No one sees it. So this is kind of what we got going on here. Now, obviously, this is a smaller radiator. The core size is physically smaller, but it's thicker. So, obviously, before we had our radiator up in this area. Now, as you guys can see, it's like semi-hidden away. Now, the one thing that's kind of like weird and kind of, I guess, out of the place right now is this kind of filler neck we went and made for the 240 setup. For now, I guess that's just gonna have to chill the way it is. The also thing that's kind of a little funky right now is this upper radiator hose. Clearly, you guys can see I had to use this little joiner piece so I can connect two hoses together, and it's kind of tight, especially down here. It's kind of tight. So, you know, I really hope the flow doesn't get like pinched off or anything like that up here. But we should be okay temporarily. I would like to go ahead and redo this. Either I find a hose that's kind of molded to that shape, or ideally it'd be cool to go ahead and get like some AN fittings welded on and use like AN lines. That's all if this radiator setup works out well for us. So we definitely now have the room for a puller fan, which is kind of the whole point of this operation. And we're also going to toss a pusher fan up front. So I just kind of want to show you guys where we're at. I also went ahead, we switched up to the thinner intercooler. That's a 3-inch core as opposed to our 4-inch core. But yeah, and then as far as our nose piece, which has a vent in it now, I'm going to make like a duct panel that kind of angles down so it won't just all go through here, and I'll go ahead and hit the radiator. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm making like some bottom brackets out of aluminum, obviously, just so it doesn't rust, to kind of hold this in place. I'll kind of show you guys when I'm done, but just wanted to update you guys real quick because I really haven't filmed much today, so gotta keep you guys updated. Let's get back to it. Alright, so obviously we're not in like a metal fab shop or anything like that, but you know, we're still able to make some kind of, you know, nifty brackets here. So nothing crazy fancy, obviously. They're literally just a drill and a grinder made these. As you can see, I got a little notch here in the center cut out. That way the actual radiator can kind of sit in this spot, so it kind of won't want to wiggle back and forth, if that makes sense. These essentially just go under the radiator, and they're going to bolt to these two holes right here. We can't run our center support, which is right there. We can't run that anymore, obviously, for obvious reasons. But just to show you guys real quick, you know, you can make kind of cool stuff. Just use aluminum. That way it's not going to rust on you. So you don't even need to paint them. Just go ahead, make them and cut them, and there you go. Easy. So, this is kind of what we're working with here. I was going to plan on... Sorry, I'm in the way. We got the sun. I was gonna plan on putting this fan on the backside, but even with the extra room that we have, we still don't have enough room for this huge motor that it's got. So what I'm gonna do is put this one, obviously keep this one here, and and I'm gonna toss one of the 11-inch fans that we went ahead and got on the backside here. I think, if I can make that work. We'll see, because now that I'm looking at it, with those tabs there, it may not entirely work. But I guess, I don't know, I guess we'll have to figure that out when we get there. But as of right now, we're looking good. Everything is super, you know, super tight in there. It's mounted real good. I got my 2 tabs down here, my tabs up here, which gotta swing those suckers down, get them in place. That one's kind of in its spot, and that's pretty much it. So I got all the lines hooked up. I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and start it. I just have to go and hook up the ground wire. And I think we should be getting pretty much close to the end here finally. So I'm really curious to see how this works out for us. So, look at what we got going on here. Remember I told you how great of a tool, whoa, remember how great of a tool I told you this was. So let's give her some power. The car has power. I love that switch, by the way. It makes everything so easy. I'm like, I don't know why I'm nervous, but it's like a big moment. E85 life, brother. It's that cold start E85 life, homie. That's the way she goes, but at least she just wants to run.
Smooth.
That's a smooth sounding motor right there, ladies and gentlemen. Turn the heat on. And now we let her bleed. Oh, it's been a while since I've heard this, man. That's a good noise. Whoa, whoa. All right, so now, I guess we just keep on filling her up. I'm gonna get my computer hooked up so I can see the temperature. Yes. Yes. And get some distilled water. You always want to use distilled water if you guys are mixing. Never use like hose water or anything like that. Reason being, hose water corrodes. And will get your system all rusty and stuff like that, especially if you have like a cast iron block. So we're gonna let her do her thing for a bit and check for leaks, obviously, but we should be looking good, man. It sounds really good. Like it sounds really smooth. Forgot how smooth it is. Just E85, it likes that ethanol, man. It just likes it. So I'll keep you guys posted if we have any leaks or anything weird happens, but we're looking good. I'm just happy that it's running, guys. I'm super stoked. So if you guys, I just realized this, like, if you guys remember, actually back in Florida when we just were with Rudnick and stuff like that, HP Logic, when we started the car, you guys could notice that there was like a rattle going on, and that was coming from the transmission. I don't hear anything anymore. I don't know if like cutting off the, oh my God, cutting off the input shaft changed all that, but I mean, this is silent, bro. Love it. Oh, we got a bit of smoke. I think it's just residue. Woohoo! Damn, that's good, man. That just, if that doesn't put a smile on your face. All right, so the fans just cycled on, so we're looking good. And the temperature's literally plummeted down. It was at 167, man. I mean, they just hauled it down. So I don't know if maybe the flow in that old radiator just wasn't good. Even though this one's way smaller, we still have the fan up front. I am gonna go ahead and try and put one of our fans in the back here. I don't know where, I lost them. I don't know where they went. So hopefully they're at my place somewhere in the garage. But for now, man, I mean, I think we're pretty damn good. So I'm gonna shut her down. It seems like it's fully bled, which it didn't take too much coolant, but you know, if it's bled, it's bled. So, Ryan, you want to shut her down real quick? Shut her down. What a good day. It's like almost, I don't know, 10:30, 11-ish. That thing's just gonna spin for a while. This is gonna do its thing now. Bleed out all the extra air, and we're gonna clean up a little bit, maybe put the bumper on really quick, and we'll kind of see how far we get tonight, man. I really would like to take this home, but not gonna rush. We're not gonna rush. All right, guys, so there we have it. My GoPro is literally about to die, so I'm not too sure how much I'll be able to film right quick, but we just spent like 30 minutes trying to get this damn hood latch to shut because we took out like that support bar that holds the actual latch up. So I think it was just kept pushing it down every time we tried to lock it. But I think we got it. It's latched. There is a couple little button-up things we still have to do, but guys, I just want to go ahead and watch the end of the Warriors game. All right, guys, so it is back. All right, guys, so it is a new day. The Z is back at home. Sorry, my camera died literally as I was filming my last clip. I don't know if I even caught it for you guys, but dude, it is not even noisy. I don't know if you guys remember, like, literally we were talking about this yesterday. I think I was telling you, like, do you guys remember how chattery and rattly the damn transmission was before we did this, before we chopped the input shaft on? Also, I do want to mention, guys, because I think this is kind of like a common misconception. A lot of you think that the input shaft carries load. It actually doesn't. So you guys don't worry about it. Actually, BMW, the 335 Getrag transmission, doesn't have an input shaft that enters the crankshaft also. So, you know, I think we're definitely okay, guys. We're definitely okay. As far as how it shifts, how it feels, super smooth. It's not noisy at all. Obviously, we're still on ethanol really quick. We do have to go ahead and fill up with some proper ethanol because we're sitting at like 50% ethanol content. And I actually heard that the local pump has like 90% ethanol. It was tested at 90 the other day. Oh, I gotta take the hose. I'm gonna take this hose because you guys have been here for a minute, but we obviously have plumbing issues at this house because last time I tried to wash my car, the whole basement pretty much flooded. So I'm gonna take this and wash my car at home because it's filthy. But yeah, there we go. I got my other fan here. So actually, I gotta tell you guys something that I'll show you guys when we get back to my parents' place. That's where we're headed right now. We have a bit of an issue, and we definitely have to go ahead and sort that out. So let's get on the road. Let's get to my parents' place, and we'll finish off this video. All right. So first issue, just after these little quick drives to and back from the house. Oh, third issue. I just see a puff of smoke. Hang on. Let's go find out what that is. Smoke is never a good thing. Let's see what we got here. Right. I guess I'm just trying to figure out. Is it here? Is this? Oh, this cap. This cap is like no longer sealing, so it's just pissing. And then the actual problem that I was going to tell you guys about was this. So yesterday I pulled into the house and I noticed this sock was all wet, and I'm like, why is it red? So the actual turbo line itself is can you guys even tell? I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is, yeah, it's dripping through there on the manifold, so there's that problem. And I don't know why this isn't sealing well, but now we have to deal with that, which is kind of annoying. It should be sealing. I don't know why it's not, but it's not. So we'll work on that, I guess, real quick. I do have to fix my mom's car today. I am gonna go ahead. I gotta figure out whoever has one of these, please get in touch with me. How do you keep your nose panel from like staying down? You know, how do you do that? But all right, yeah, so that's a problem. I can't believe that's freaking leaking. I don't know why. So we got to fix that. Another quick thing I noticed, my clutch. Also, I need to either rebleed it or something because it does that like dropping thing again. I think like the only proper way to bleed these clutches, at least these internal slaves, is with a vacuum style bleeder. I don't know. Alright guys, so I actually just was doing a whole coil pack replacement on my mom's car today. It definitely took a little bit of time. I had to take off the whole intake manifold, which is kind of a pain on this thing because I have like this cowl and you kind of have to, you can't, I mean you can take it off, but you can kind of work without taking it off. So I kind of did that route and got it off that way. One was completely just rusted out. So I really hope, oh, and it's starting to rain. Right, great. This thing broke on me, this little plastic fitting, so I'm actually plastic welding that up plastic welding that thing real quick. But the rain now is kind of screwing things up a little. Over here, I actually fixed, what I think I fixed is I just tightened this cap as much as I could. So I think that's no longer leaking. Damn it, man, it really has to rain right now. And by the way, this setup is insane. Like, it's working really well, and we do have to go ahead, make ourselves a new line. Ideally, guys, it'd be sweet if we can go ahead and make some hard lines. I might look into getting like a tube bender and get like some 5/16 or 3/8, whatever, tubing, and make our own like aluminum lines. I think that'd be pretty cool. Look really clean as well. So but for now, obviously I'll have to fix that because it is leaking pretty good. That's kind of cool that I was able to tell just because of the the color, so that's pretty sweet. Got our line off, and I don't know, it's not really visually like visible, you know, like if there's any problem with this thing, but clearly this thing was just leaking. So we're ditching this, and temporarily I'm actually out of 6AN line, and I'm honestly gonna go ahead and probably grab like some Vibrant. Well, to be honest, I might just go ahead and wait, honestly, until I get myself like a tube bender, and we can make some really nice clean, either like copper or brass, whatever the hell, piping, and like aluminum, something clean, probably aluminum, and just get some super nice hard lines made up for everything. The oil feed, we'll get a flare tool. We'll have to look into how to do all that stuff a little bit more, but temporarily, let me show you guys what I made. So I just robbed the AN fitting. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this garage after this really quick. Also, I just robbed the end of the 90, and I slipped just a few line over it, so you guys can see. Just slipped it on, and then put a little clamp on it, and then, you know, that's pretty much gonna be our temporary line, and this just goes up to the end on a little like nipple on the block. So I have some really nice fire sleeve here that we're gonna go ahead and run alongside the turbo and hot side area. Now, also, guys, let me know what you think. I know of like the main turbo blanket brands, but who else out there makes a really good like US quality, like a quality turbo blanket? Because this one that I'm rocking, guys, it was sent to me for free, so I'm not gonna be, you know, upset about it, but it definitely needs a little bit of an upgrade. I don't think it really does too much heat retention like it could. So if you guys have any recommendations on turbo blankets, definitely let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna pop this on really quick, and temporarily this should be fine. I actually have another fire sleeve that's gonna go on the rest of it. So I think we should be pretty safe. And honestly, we won't be seeing the super high temperatures that we were seeing on the highway, unless we go more like, you know, another 24-hour road trip on the highway. But just around town driving, guys, it won't get that hot to where it's gonna melt this. At least this will be temporary. Like I said, we got plans. Just a matter of getting some parts. We'll get there. We're on the grind, guys. What can I say? All put back together, and I think we're looking good. I guess I figured I'll show you real quick, huh? Just simple, nothing fancy. You know, it's doing the job just fine. Temporarily, of course. We do have to get ourselves a legit overflow. I really want to go ahead and kind of clean up and do a lot of cool, I guess. I really have a lot of stuff I still want to do to this thing. I'm also thinking about changing up the valve cover setup as far as color. I don't know, I'm thinking about ditching the white, you know? I think it might be time.